BuilderForest.com.
Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to build a small backyard soup can forge, or in this case a large tuna can. You're going to need some bits for this, of course. So um, ceramic wool is what you can see there. That's going to act as the insulator. That's actually a really good insulator and surprisingly cheap. This is the soup can that I'm going to be using. You can use a paint can or any other kind of can. Doesn't really matter. Obviously the bigger the better. So a large can. A blowtorch is going to be the heat source for this, or I suppose you could use several of them depending on the size of your can. Obviously the bigger the can you pick, the more time it's going to take to heat up. You're also going to need a drill bit about the same size in diameter as the diameter of your blowtorch head, so that you can make a hole in the side of the can to put the blowtorch in. And here I'm using some wood screws for feet, which just screw in to make sure the can doesn't roll around while you're trying to forge. I'm using 2 here, but obviously 4 is probably better. You want to make sure that the ceramic wool you've got is the correct amount, is so that you can cover the whole inside of your can and then still have enough left over to create a plug for the bottom, because you want to completely insulate the whole thing, and that's going to keep all the heat contained and make sure none of it reaches the outside of it, and that's going to make the inside really, really hot for heating up whichever metals you choose to put in it. Okay, so the first step is going to be to take the drill bit and drill a hole in the side of your can that's the correct size for your blowtorch head. And then when you're done with this, make sure to sand the hole. Once the hole's sanded, the blowtorch head should be able to easily slide in. It shouldn't be too loose because you don't want too much heat escaping through it, but next step is going to be to cut your ceramic wool to size. Mine, because I brought it in 2 strips, which is meant for a bioethanol fireplace, it came like this, and so it was really not that much cutting required. As you can see, it cuts really easily with scissors. If you are working with this though, I'd say be careful, as quite a lot of ceramic dust does come off it, so I'd recommend that you wear some kind of a mask when working with it. But it's a phenomenal insulator, and it will make sure that all of the heat stays inside the forge. Once your forge is looking like that, make sure that there's a hole in the wool that corresponds to the hole you drilled for the blowtorch head, because that's going to be really, really important. Otherwise you're not going to have any way to get the blowtorch in there. Next step is going to be adding the feet. Now this was really simple for me. I just took the wood screws and screwed them in. So this doesn't have to be anything complicated. Obviously it's actually a lot more secure if you screw them in from the inside first before you put the wool in, but I chose to do it this way. This way isn't quite as safe. When you're working with this forge, make sure that the feet are obviously the most important bit, so make sure you've got a strong, sturdy base. You could even screw it to a piece of wood or screw it down to a hard surface to make sure it doesn't wobble. After that, you're ready to go, and here's the first test I gave it, which was actually really quite a hard test because that's quite a thick piece of metal, and this is quite a small forge, obviously, as you can see, and it did actually manage to heat the piece of metal up to glowing orange, which is really quite impressive for a forge that small. It should get to around 2000 degrees though. Recently I've been using it for casting, and it works really, really well as a small foundry for casting metals. So that's what I'm going to be using it more for in the future, and I'm going to be uploading some videos soon about how I did the casting and what I cast. But no, it's a really impressive little forge. Just make sure you're not using it around any flammable things, and make sure it's on a surface like cement or concrete that won't catch fire, and make sure the feet you make for it are going to keep it strong, sturdy and upright and not rolling around, because the last thing you want is a forge which causes a giant fireball. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.